Hey guys, it's SimQueen, and today I'm doing another townie creation / apartment renovation for my save file. I'm back in San Myshuno. I've been working mostly in Oasis Springs, but I only have a couple apartments, I think 2 or 3 left for San Myshuno, so I thought I would just try to get those done. They're kind of intimidating because they're the bigger ones, so I've been putting it off a little bit. But this is Joel Fairchild. He is creative, he's an art lover, and he's a perfectionist. The idea is that he lives in a rather large apartment in San Myshuno, and he is an artist. He creates art, he buys art, he's a photographer. I can see him just having kind of an interest in all of those things, mainly photography though. So what I was thinking is, this is a guy who is really he's a little bit snobby. Not enough to give him the snobby trait, but I can kind of feel that a bit. I'd call it arrogance kind of coming off of him. I do like the Sim. He's meant to be a nice kind of guy, but he's also a little full of himself. I gave him like those fancy rings. He wears a scarf. He's got like an ascot for his formal outfit. So yeah, he's a little different. I like this Sim though. I like the idea of having this artistic photographer type Sim. I don't think I've ever done a Sim like this before, but I gave him like the zebra striped Speedo for his swimwear. But yeah, I think he's a really fun Sim to do. I think I made him a young adult, but I can't quite remember. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Joel Fairchild. And then I think we're going to be moving on to his girlfriend next. I don't think I got them married. I can't remember if at the end in the relationships, I had them married or not. But this is his girlfriend, Kiki. What was her last name? Yakamoto? I can't read that because it's so small on my screen, but this is Kiki, and I really enjoyed making her. She was a really fun Sim to do, and I made her kind of look a little bit fierce. I have been trying to not use custom content when I'm creating these Sims, but it's been a little bit difficult. She wears really interesting clothing. I liked the idea of her wearing like that printed dress, so I gave her that, and of course that kind of kimono looking dress really suited her as well for her formal wear, so I gave her that, and just kind of modifying her body a little bit. I like the idea of her being like I wish we had height sliders. I think it'd be so much more fun, and we'd have a lot more variety in Sims. I just pictured her being a very petite woman, very like short, very small, but with a big personality. She wears a lot of bold colors. She wears a lot of bold everything. She's very comfortable in her style, and it's not for everybody, but she definitely suits the city of San Myshuno. I think that her and Joel both really belong here. They're big city people. They love where they live. They love every aspect of living in the city, and I think the idea was these two, I don't picture them ever having kids. I thought maybe they would just kind of, or even getting married if they're not already married. But now that I'm thinking about it, I can just see these two just being together forever, never really committing to anything but their jobs. So I made her an art lover as well. I thought she could be an art critic, so like a curator type thing. I did give her an office space that she could kind of work out of, and then Joel actually has a photo studio as well. The idea for this apartment, it didn't take me very long because it's quite empty, and part of me felt like I was taking the lazy way out, but this was the look I was going for. I didn't want it to be super filled up, and I didn't want it to be cluttered either. I do put in these white and blue countertops, but I changed them later because I thought it looked like a hospital kind of, like a hospital cafeteria. So I did end up changing the color of the counters. They do have a lot of expensive stuff. They do have quite a bit of money. They have expensive art. They have expensive appliances. They have just a very, very expensive taste, I would say. But yeah, I like the idea, the layout of the kitchen. I love the hanging lights above that countertop there that looks out the window, so you could kind of sit there and look out at the city while you're eating. I love that idea. I did include like a formal dining table, but I like the idea of that bar sitting there as well. I didn't want to put too much clutter on the countertops. I wanted everything to be very cool and clean and almost professional looking, and kind of cold. That's what I think of when I think of modern homes. I don't think of modern homes as being very warm or welcoming or inviting. They're more like a show home, and I guess it's not really even a bad thing. It's just that they're meant to look a certain way, And I never really picture families living in modern homes either, so that's why I thought it'd be better if they just didn't have any kids. I did put like that snake plant and the fruit bowl on the counter, but other than that, not too much for clutter. I think now is when I start to decide that I didn't love the color, so I did put in some blinds as well to kind of make the walls look a little bit more finished, I guess. But I can't remember if it must be later that I go in and change the color of the countertops. I just wasn't really feeling it. And then for the dining table, I used this long glass one that we got in Seasons, put a bunch of chairs around it, and I wanted to have a lot of color in this apartment, but not in terms of the furniture. I mean, I do use a brightly colored couch, but I like the idea of the rugs and the art kind of being the accent pieces. Here I am changing the countertops to black and gray. I thought that just looked a lot better and suited the house a lot more. I really like the kitchen. I wanted to play in that kitchen. And I like the idea of like the rug matching the centerpiece on the table. And then over here, you would think that would be a big living room area, but they don't really have one. I just put a photo studio there. It requires a lot of space, takes up a lot of space in the apartment, so they don't really have a living room. I did give them a brightly colored couch and some side tables. I thought they could kind of sit there. They don't have a TV, which I think suits them really well. They're not the type that they would think that watching TV was a waste of time, and it's not something that they would want to do. They would rather focus on their careers or their artistic pursuits, I guess. So I don't remember how many times I changed the color of that couch. I might change it one more time. I honestly don't remember, but like I said, I like the idea of the apartment being very colorless except for the art on the walls and the rugs and the one couch that they have. Everything else is very black or gray or white. Which is what I was going for, but like I said, it didn't take me very long to finish this house, and that was kind of why I was thinking, like, did I even do a good job if it didn't take me very long and it's kind of a short video? But that was what I was looking for. So in the screenshots, it looks kind of empty, but at the same time, I was trying to make it look very modern, and like these people don't like clutter. They're kind of like, they're above clutter. They think that that's just not really their style. So this is the master bedroom. I used a lot of the stuff from, is it Luxury Party? No, not Luxury Party. Of course, I can't remember the name of it. Vintage Glamour, maybe? And it's all black, basically, except for, well, black and white, except for the pieces that are hanging above the bed. I never really used those three paintings together like that, so I thought that looked really good. And I was happy with how it turned out in the screenshots, and then that rug that kind of matches it as well. And then I don't know why I decided to change those. I wasn't really happy with the living room. I liked the idea of the yellow couch, but then I thought that it looked too bright compared to the other rug, so I just changed it out so that they're both very colorful and very bright. And then now for the entrance, there's like a little kind of entryway. Oh, I guess apparently I'm not doing that yet, but there is an entryway that kind of leads out into the open kind of foyer. There's just a lot of wasted space in this apartment, but to me it looks upscale and kind of like luxurious to have those open spaces. This is Kiki's office. I put these two bookshelves together, which I don't think I've ever done before, and wanted to have some kind of art in the middle there. And I did use curtains from City Living and that one painting there, which I think looks really good with the orange couch. So it's very, I don't know, it's a bit of a warmer room, but still very modern. And so out in this foyer here, I just wanted to mostly do like one big piece of art as kind of like something that draws the eye and really nothing else. So that's kind of what I did. This room here, when you first walk in, there is a shelf, there's a coat rack, there's a little rug, but really not too much else. I was playing around with the idea of having a fish tank, but to me it just didn't look good anywhere. So I did settle for this painting here, which I thought looked really good. And then I think just to make it kind of look like it really belonged, I did put that light above it there just to show that it is meant to be the center of the room. But that is pretty much it for Joel and Kiki's apartment. If you enjoyed this speed build, please give it a like, comment down below, let me know what you think, and if you're not already subscribed, I would appreciate it so much if you could subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.